Hey everyone, this is Kim, the Homeschooling Grammy, and today I am going to give you a flip through and a review of Writing with Ease Level 2. So if you are interested, please stick around and we will get started. First off, I want to say how much we love this curriculum. We had been using BJU last year and it just wasn't working for us. It was a BJU English. It was like a compilation of like grammar and writing, and you'd be like, do writing at one time and then you have a couple of weeks of writing, and it just found that I was bored, she was bored. My husband complained a whole lot about doing it. Like nobody wanted to teach it and nobody wanted to do it. It's not a bad curriculum. It just didn't fit our family. This, on the other hand, totally fits our family. So I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to give you a look inside in case you have never seen this curriculum before. So here we go. Okay, so let's get started. And this is by Susan Wise Bauer, and it's from The Well-Trained Mind, okay? Love the well-trained mind. I can't speak today. I don't know what the deal is. So you're going to see we are almost done with this book. So there's lots of stuff missing as far as the work pages are concerned, but the instruction section is still ready to go. So it is a 36-week instruction plan, and it's done in 5 days per week. So here are the reading selections. This will give you an idea of the reading selections that are involved in this program. So there's all kinds of great literature that is all mixed in, and I just love it. So here you go. Like you can see, like week 1 is The Owl and the Grasshopper by Aesop, and The Fox and the Stork, and it goes just on and on. There's like Mrs. Pickle Wiggle, Ginger Pie, Jungle Book, 5 Children in It, The Hobbit, The Story of the Greeks, all kinds of really good stuff. So here it starts. You start at week 1, and week 1, day 1 always starts with a narration exercise. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull out your student page 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to hold on, sorry about this. I'm going to go all the way to week 35, just so that I can show you how this works. So as you can see, I have torn out pages. Now you don't have to do that. I tore out the pages because let her go ahead and write on these work pages, because for us, it is way more expensive for me to make copies than it is for me just to use this book, because this book is very cost effective to begin with. So it really works for us in that respect too. So here we go. Starting on week 34. Did I say that 34? No, I said 35. Don't listen to me. Week 35. So here you go. But every week is set up the same way. So you will have worksheets that go with each day. So you're going to start, okay, so here is week 35. Day 1 is narration. You go to the back. Here's your week 35. Day 1. See, it says right on your worksheet for that day. Matches up perfectly. Nothing to think about. And then you even say here, go to student page 171 in the back of your book to get your worksheet. So day 1, narration exercise. You're going to focus on identifying the central narrative threads in a passage. So that's what's going to be going on this particular day. So you're going to pull out your student page 171. You're going to ask the student to write his name and the date. And for us, this was a really good thing, even though we've been doing calendar forever. This really solidified, having her write the date every single day, solidified, months of the year and what order they go in and all of that kind of stuff, because it seemed like no matter how much we did it, it didn't stick. Now it's stuck. Okay, so read the following passage out loud to the student. Tell him that this is from the book Dr. Dolittle. We read stories from it earlier in the year. Dr. Dolittle has decided to give up seeing human patients and to just be an animal doctor instead. You may need to explain that spavins are an injury to the bone in a horse's leg. Spavins can make a horse go lame. A mustard plaster is an old-fashioned remedy for a cough. The vet would mix mustard, powder, flour, and egg whites together, plastered onto a cloth, and put it on the horse's chest or neck. So then at this point, I use this as a read aloud. I'm sure you could have your child read it themselves, but I do this as a read aloud. And I do believe that that's how they have asked you to do it anyways, is to read to your child. So when you get done reading, then what you're going to do is you're going to ask your student the following comprehension questions, and these are designed to guide the student towards recognizing the need to give you a plot summary rather than a description. So as the instructor, see, I love this. It tells you exactly what to do. Instructor, what was wrong with the horse who came to see Dr. Dolittle? Then the student is, this is what they should answer. He needed glasses. So now you want them to answer you in a full sentence. So, this has been one of the biggest things. Like, she just can't give a yes or no answer. She needs to give me a full sentence answer to the questions that are asked. Like the second question, why didn't the other vet realize that the horse needed glasses? He couldn't speak horse language, etc., etc. So then, when you're done doing these questions back and forth with your student, and now you're going to ask the student some general questions. Can you give me a brief summary of this passage? And the student should respond by telling you what happens in the story rather than with a listing of details. And his answer should be no longer than 3 sentences and should resemble one of the following. So they'll give you an idea of what your student's answer should be. And here it goes. On to here. So then when you move on to day 2 is the dictation exercise. So I will show you what it looks like here. So we'll go to the back. It's on week 35, day 2, dictation exercise. It'll even say on the bottom, student page 172. Okay. So day 2, dictation exercise. Pull out the student page 172 and ask the student to write his name and the date. Please dictate the following sentence to the student 3 times. Pause for a silent count of 3 at each comma. So then you're going to go ahead, you're going to read this passage to your student. As soon as they found that he could talk their language, they told him where the pain was and how they felt. And of course, it was easy for him to cure them. And so you're going to go ahead and you're going to pause where there's commas. There's going to be pause depending on, like if there's a period at the end of a sentence before the next sentence, etc., etc. They will tell you exactly what to do and how to do it. So now you're going to tell the student that you will read the sentence one more time and that you would like him to count the commas. When he has discovered the correct number of commas, watch him write the sentence and correct him at once if he begins to make a mistake. Now, for me, still, a lot of times, like she can't remember the whole passage. Obviously, a lot of times it's kind of long. So sometimes I'll just read the first part of the passage to her, or if she is struggling on how to spell a word. Because I don't want her to write it wrong to begin with. I want her to write it correctly to begin with. So that's why I'm watching her the whole time that she is doing this to make sure that she is doing it correctly. So here we go on to day 3, another dictation exercise. And it's not always exactly the same, but this week there's another dictation exercise. So you're going to pull out page 173. You're going to ask your student to write his name and the date again. And today's sentence is a challenge. It is only 1 sentence, but it is very long. Tell the student that you will read it to him until he is able to repeat it back to you. Pause for a silent count of 3 at each comma. So as you can see, a very, very long sentence here. You're going to watch your student, of course, write, correct him at once if he begins to make a mistake, and give all necessary help. because really the basis of this is to build confidence and also build skills. So then you move on to day 4, narration, exercise, and dictation. So this time you're going to be focusing on identifying the essential details in a description. So then you're going to pull out pages 174 and 175. So I'm going to give you a peek at what this looks like. So here's page 174. Notice at the top it says instructor, okay, from Dr. Doolittle, of course. So here's the narration, exercise, dictation. Here's the instructor's page, and you will also have a student page. And here is the student page. So you're going to be using both of these worksheets for this day 4 exercise in week 35. And like I said before, you're going to be identifying the essential details in a description. So today's exercise will combine narration and dictation. So you're going to read the following passage out loud to your student. This passage also comes from the book Dr. Doolittle. So you're going to go ahead, you're going to read this passage to your student. And we love the stories. They have been really good. They're never boring. They keep her attention. They keep my attention, which is a good thing as well. And so you get done reading, and now you're going to ask the student the following comprehension questions. And these are designed to guide the student towards recognizing the need to give you a detail-oriented summary. So, instructor, can you tell me 4 different kinds of animals that came to see the doctor? And they're not just to say to you, okay, cows, horses, dogs, mice. They can't answer that way. They need to answer in a sentence. So they are to say to you, there were horses, cows, dogs, mice, voles, badgers, and bats. But here they're only asking for 4, but they're giving you the list of all of them. So any of these 4 would be correct. And then the next question is, what special thing did the doctor make out of each kind of animal? What kind of door did the mice have? What did the animals do while they were getting better? Where did Dr. Doolittle get Chi-Chi the monkey? Where did the crocodile come from? Why did he come to see the doctor? And where did he sleep when he decided to stay? Okay, so after you're done doing all of these questions with your student, now you're going to say to your student, tell me what Dr. Doolittle's house was like in 2 to 3 sentences. And the student's answer should resemble one of the following answers. So you're going to have answers that should resemble this, okay? So then what is going to be different this time, okay, is you are going to write down the student's narration. So whatever the student is narrating to you, remember I said that there was 2 different pages. There's an instructor page, and then there's also the student page. So what you're going to do is you're going to write down what your student narrates to you on your instructor page. And then when you are done, and make sure that the student is not watching you write what they're saying, when you're done, you are going to choose a sentence from what they narrated to you to dictate back to them, and they are going to write it themselves. So super, super fun, super cool. It has made writing so much less stressful for us. Let me just say that. So much less stressful because everything is brought about with a story. It's just so much more fun for all involved. So there is a flip through of Writing with Ease Level 2. Like I said, this has been a game changer for us as far as writing is concerned. I've seen huge improvements. Before, it just felt like, I don't know, so dry. And this isn't so dry. This makes it much more interesting. It does require a lot more of you as a teacher because, you know, there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of dialogue, which I like because it helps me to see exactly where she's at. And it also helps me to correct whatever issues that she may be having in her writing ability. And it's been an awesome fit for us. And like I said, you know, BJU was an awesome curriculum. It just didn't fit us. This fits us and we love it. And so God bless and take care. And I hope that this was a blessing to you.